Hey everybody, this is Tim from YourSix Studios doing a video how to increase your aim in 10 minutes in Fortnite, let me tell you. So let's go ahead and start this video. If you like this video, go ahead and do that and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys can watch this all the way through, I'll definitely appreciate that. It'll help me out grow as a channel and possibly do a giveaway in the future. So let's dive on into the video. So first off, Fortnite, it's a little bit different. It's not like Halo where you can duck, dive, jump, and dive, whatever, but you have to stand still to shoot. Also, there's bullet bloom to the guns, alright? It's not like other games like Counter-Strike where you can predict the recoil pattern and the bullet bloom from that. But it seems like everything just is so inconsistent to your shots. For example, when you're holding down like a assault rifle, let's use a gray assault rifle for example here. It's going all over the place. There's a matrix effect going on, and people are diving and ducking all over your bullets. They literally could be standing 2 feet away from you, and the bullets are grazing their face. All right, and they're not making shot contact. Okay, all right. So also, to add to the bullet bloom, the higher you go up for the rank of the weapons, they get better and better in terms of accuracy. So, you know, a legendary Scar, a legendary FAMAS, you literally will have a smaller cursor, you'll have a smaller bullet bloom. So keep that in mind when you pick up weapons. Higher weapons, you can hold down and get more accuracy out of them, okay? More accuracy out of better quality weapons. So that's good to know. Like I said, there's really no predictable pattern to it, so you gotta be very sparing. It all comes down to tapping that trigger button on your controller. Now, if you're on the mouse and keyboard, tapping that mouse, going slowly and making sure those shots land on target, okay? If someone's running up on your face, though, you don't want to start tapping that little controller button, right? You want to start holding it down, going for the body. Later on, I'll tell you to start going for the head, but when they're up close in your face and you're using an assault rifle, you got to hold that baby down so you can get those shots on target, right? All right, let's do that. Now you guys kind of understand the bullet bloom. It's not really consistent at all like it is in other games. In this game, if you want to be accurate, you want to increase your aim, the most important thing you can do is to stand still. I hate saying this because in other games like Halo, Counter-Strike, I'm moving all the frickin' time, you know? I'm not standing still for a second. I'm moving my mouse back and forth. I'm tapping the A, the W, the D. All right? I'm doing that figure eight on my control sticks. I'm not standing still whatsoever. But this game, your first shot is true accuracy, all right? And unless you're using a sniper rifle, a long-range weapon, there is no bullet drop. So you don't have to worry about that, all right? Unless you're using a long-range weapon like a sniper or a hunting rifle, all right? But you do have to keep in mind that there is a damage drop-off. The longer your shots with assault rifle, SMG, LMG, Gatling gun, all right, one of those guns, that does have a drop-off in damage. So the further away, the less damage you're going to do. But when you're standing still, you'll notice your cursor gets smaller and smaller, all right? And it gets to a point where there is no spread to it at all. And this is your true accuracy point. And also, you're more accurate when you're crouching, all right, guys? Go ahead and try this more often. Maybe do a different configuration on your controller. And when you crouch, you're more accurate. Remember that. When you're standing still, you're more accurate. When you're jumping, you're less accurate. All right, so keep that in mind. Also, you need to keep in mind that you're not going to want to play out of your sensitivity range. And what do I mean by this? Okay, there is a middle ground between too high of a sensitivity where you're missing shots, all right, because you're playing outside of your sensitivity range, and there's a too low of a sensitivity of your range that you're not building fast enough. You're not able to build quick enough to get a ramp around you, to get a set of walls around you, all right? So there is a middle ground. For me, that's around 7 to 8 sensitivity, and then I range between 0.5 for my ADS and 0.7 for my ADS. So that works for me. For you guys, maybe try upping it a little bit. You definitely want that sensitivity to be higher, at least a 7, I think. So if someone's shooting you in the back, you are quick enough to spin around, get a full set of walls around you in like a quarter of a second. So it's very, very important to have high sensitivity in this game. But I see a lot of would-be pro controller or players who on their thumbnails say they have like 1,500 plus wins. And then I go ahead and I join their stream. I start watching them. You know what they're doing? They're building so fast because they have their sensitivity at like 9 to 10. But then I watch them and they're missing over half of their shots with their shotgun. And I'm like, God, that's embarrassing. Really? You're missing that many shots? But cool, you can build really quickly. So you want that middle range for you where it's quick enough that you can build quick, but low enough where you're still hitting those shots. And building is definitely a skill gap in this game. Keep that in mind. So you definitely want it higher. You want it higher. One trick to this is if it's too high for you, what you can do is lower your ADS. So your aim down sights, you can have it higher from the hip so you can build quick, but then when you're aiming down sights, you can have it lower. So you're getting shots on target. You're hitting them with a true accuracy better. When you got a sniper, you're pounding them, okay? So you can have your ADS lower and then have your hip fire, your sensitivity overall higher so you can build quick. So it's a perfect blend between accuracy when you're aiming down sights and building quickly around you and effectively. So we talked about bullet plume a little bit. All right, now let's talk about shotguns. Now shotguns, a headshot with those, they do up to 250% more damage with a shotgun. Now I said with your first shot, you definitely want to get a headshot with your assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs. You want to go for the head with your true accuracy shot. But with shotguns, 250% could make or break a battle. All right, you miss 3 shots, but you land 1, you could kill them in 1. So it seems like you always want to go for headshots. Always go for the head with a shotgun. A good trick for that is using double pumps. All right, you have 2 pumps instead of attack. Switch between those 2 pumps back and forth. All right, you can do that now with the newest update. Before you couldn't, they took that out. Shoot 1 pump, switch to the next, shoot it, switch to the first one again, shoot it, and you can just go back and forth. So try to pick up those pumps. If you're missing a little bit more, go with a pump and then use a tactical as your secondary and start finishing them up. The tactical shotgun has a little bit wider edge, wider spread. I don't recommend the heavy shotgun because it seems like it's getting better with updates. It's getting better, but it's definitely not as good as a pump, especially when you can switch. I see a lot of people with the pumps, or the shotguns in general, they jump shot you, all right? Well, when you're jumping up in the air, you're looking down at the enemy, and then you have a greater chance of hitting them in the head. So think of that, keep that in mind. If you have the ability to jump shot at someone, go ahead and do it. Fortnite is a fun and amazingly addictive game. It gets your heart rate up, and let me say, this is definitely the game of the generation here. It's making millions and millions and millions of dollars. People love it. Ninja's making millions of dollars from it. He loves it, and I'm sure you guys love it. If you like this video, go ahead and like my channel and subscribe to it. And I'll be making more content like this in the future. I guarantee you. Let me say, hey. So thank you guys for watching. This is Tim from YourSixGaming, signing out.